Hey, good Erev Shabbos. This week is Parshas Shoftim. We read in the Torah, Tamim tiyah im Hashem lekecha, to be wholehearted with Hashem, our God. Now Rashi, the commentator, says the word Tamim means to walk wholeheartedly with God and to depend on Him alone. In Bereshit, God commands Abraham to walk wholeheartedly with Him. Hisalich lifnai v'haya tamim. Now, when Avraham believed in a God, it wasn't profitable or popular, but it was a truth that he was wholly committed to follow, and to believe in God. Rabbi Steinsaltz says that wholeheartedness means one's ability to readily accept new people, new ideas, and new realities. And he gives the example of Na'aseh v'nishma. When God gave the Torah to the Jewish people, what did we say? We will do, and then we will listen. That's sincerity. That's wholeheartedness. Now, that doesn't mean we shouldn't examine new ideas and new realities, but be careful not to dismiss them so quickly. This certainly may be difficult for people who've experienced disappointment, and whom of us have never been disappointed before. But this disappointment may have caused us to become cynical, to become overly cautious, and no longer avail ourselves to accept things at face value. There's a story told about the Baal Shem Tov. It was Yom Kippur, and he just began the services of Kol Nidre, when all of a sudden a sad spirit overcame him, and so he paused. And then after a few moments, a new spirit came upon him, and he began the services. And when he completed the services, the students went over to their teacher, and they said, Rabbi, tell us what just happened. Why did you pause? And he told the students the following story. He said, tonight, an orphaned Jewish boy walked into shul for his very first Yom Kippur. And all he had with him was his mother's siddur and a deep desire to pray. But he didn't know how to pray. He didn't know how to read. This caused a great commotion in the heavens above, until the boy cried out, Dear God, I don't know what to pray or how to pray. Here, God, I give you my mother's siddur. The boy opened his mother's siddur and placed it on the table in front of him, rested his head on the worn pages, and began to cry. This boy's heartfelt cries and tears and prayers had pierced the heavens above and were joyfully accepted. Beginning in a few days, we begin the custom of blowing the shofar in preparations for Rosh Hashanah, the start of the Jewish New Year. Let us try to take advantage of these next few weeks where we are told the King is in the field, where the potential to connect to our godly selves with our Creator is easier now than the rest of the year. Let us try to avoid being cynical or hesitant, but to approach this opportunity with the sincere motivation and purity of the orphan child. On Rosh Hashanah, the blessing on the shofar is not to blow, but to hear the shofar. Let us allow the pure sound of the shofar to encompass our hearts and souls, so that we may experience and recapture the sincerity of our youth and enable us to embrace and walk wholeheartedly with Hashem. Thanks for listening. Shabbat Shalom.